Hi everyone, welcome back again to Spiritual Growth Tarot. I'm Denise, and today's going to be an oracle reading, and it's for Thursday, August 19th, 2021. And oops, I forgot to tell you, it's The Awakened Soul by Ethany. You can get it if you like it. You can get it at ethany.com. It's an awesome deck, really beautiful. But let's see, what is it that we need to know for Thursday, August 19th? And also, of course, always, I want a timeless message that helps us to heal our souls in whatever way is most needed right now. To help us manifest what we want and surrender to letting go of what is no longer serving us. Okay. Ooh, solitude, grounding, and cleansing. Oh, nice. Okay, beautiful. Okay, so here's our theme. This has to do with grounding. When I speak about grounding, I always feel that it has to do with grounding in our bodies. Bringing with breath our spirit completely in, which doesn't mean that our spirit is out there somewhere. It's actually within every cell in our bodies. But the task is to enliven with, because I believe that our breath brings in more of our spirit that isn't, fully in yet. And that's because our bodies are too small to hold. At least this is what I believe. I believe our bodies are too small to hold the enormous energy and power and love that our spirits are. So we ground in as much as we can, humanly possible, every day. And I like to do it with my breath and then releasing and cleansing. So it's like my oldest son used to crack me up. He'd always say, out with the bad, in with the good. Well, this can be in with the good, getting into meditation, having some solitude by yourself. Do we have a little fox? Oh, that's so cool. There's a little fox in the background there. That's beautiful. And then the transformational butterfly. Other people back here might be partying. But she's going into her sacred space within. That's really cool. So taking the time, using our, conscious, healthy ego that says, I'm going to sit and I'm going to meditate and I am going to ground into my body. And I'm going to let go of everything that is holding me back, everything that is maybe just a mental spin, letting go of anything that doesn't serve this greater, look what's out here on the horizon, this greater reality that we can create. So taking a deep breath in, energizing our bodies, and relaxing, and then exhaling cleanses. We cleanse with every exhale. But we have to go in first. It's always an inside job. There are spiritual laws involved here in that we have to be present in our own bodies. That has to do with being in the now moment. But of course, every time we bring ourselves, into the present moment, then there's another now. There's another moment. And it grows and it grows and it grows. And so we develop our capacity for being more grounded and fully in our bodies. And if you try it, if you experiment with your breath, at least for me, the way it worked for me is, I've tried all different types of breathing techniques. There's a thing called breath work, BRETH work, and that's good for healing. That's good for getting in touch with trauma in the body and for healing issues that we're carrying around, because we all do. But when it comes to meditating, we have to get inside of our body in a very grounded way. And so for me, I felt that not breathing in through my nose but breathing in through my mouth helped me to stay out of my head, and to, with the exhale, ground into my body. And you can try it. I mean, there's our jawbone is connected to our hips, our pelvic area. So jawbone, hip bone. So if you take that big deep breath in and then exhale, you'll feel yourself drop into your pelvis. And then you'll notice the energy flows down into the earth, and your legs and your feet, you'll feel very, very grounded. So as you do that, just think of all these like cleansing breaths, like be silent with yourself, and then breathe in and use the intention. It's always about intention. Energy will wrap itself around your intention. So we have to consciously sit and then open to the energy, but we have to say the intention. So the intention is we want to ground, and we want to let go of anything that could be holding us back. And we do that for as long as we need to. And if you do well with sage, or, it's beautiful to hold on to crystals and stones that help us ground. Whatever it is that you want to do in order to facilitate the process, you do it. This gal seems to like to be out around a campfire. That's beautiful. Maybe she's just imagining being by a campfire. This one may be finding her grounding by walking a labyrinth. And that's beautiful too, because there are all different types of meditation. You can do walking meditations. You can do meditations where you stare into a flame. You can do meditations where you stare into a rock. Scrying, where you look into a big ball, a big crystal ball. So whatever it is that and you can experiment. We can experiment. We can try all different ways to see what works. I found my way, and I know I've asked you guys before what your way is, but I'm going to ask you again. Do you have any new ways, or we have new subscribers here. Please share what your way is to get deeply inside yourself, ground into the beauty of your body, which is your vehicle for this lifetime, and how you let go. But it's always, I feel that the spiritual laws involved here is to remember that our intention first. So for me, I intend to ground deeply into my body, relax and let go. And then I open up to the highest forces of love, light, and truth. It's all the same, forces of love. You can align with any deity that you want, but I always like to just go to the top. And you can call that anything you want. It doesn't matter. You're getting into your sense of your I am. I am here in a body. And I do need to let go of these mental constructs that hold me back. So I always like to take notes and keep asking deeper questions as they arise. And you'll be on a journey. You'll be on a journey to come back home to who you truly are, and trust those little nudges, those little whispers and the inspirations. And sometimes at first you're meditating in order to be able to meditate, and you're sitting down and your mind is going crazy. And I've always felt that you can go into that mental spin and drive yourself nuts. I've done it. But if you stop the mental spin and start focusing on your breath, then you'll be able to ground, and especially with the exhale. And that'll be the way through, and you can get into the deeper truth. You can meditate on anything you want. If you're trying to manifest, of course it needs to be in the you wouldn't pray to please give me this or that. You don't want to come from the place of not having it. You want to sit. You want to sit in the having it already. Look at the blissful place that she's in. And she's out in nature. She's gotten out of the constructs of all the stuff that's going on in the house behind. Maybe she's gotten away from the family and she's in her backyard. But anyway, so if we go to the place of having exactly what it is that we want, and we visualize it and we feel ourselves having it, it's not enough to just say it and then think you're done, unless you've been working on it for a long time and it's just a part of who you are. But when it's something new that you're trying to manifest, you really want to focus on having it and the experience, feel yourself having it and being in it, and you're saying thank you. You're saying thank you to your higher self, your spirit, and the forces of love that have already created it for you. It's already there for you in the spirit world. You just have to bring it in. You have to ground it in. So to release yourself and cleanse yourself from any distractions, of course, we have to, be in that place of visualizing and sitting with what we want. Sitting in having it already. And then your work becomes, these are more manifestation tips. And I do have another video in there about I went through the 9 steps of manifestation, so you could rewatch that if you like. Or if you haven't seen it before, it's in there. In fact, if you go to my, just go to my page, just put in YouTube Spiritual Growth Tarot and manifesting, or manifesting and manifestation, both of those, you'll get a whole bunch of videos that pop up. And there's everything I know about it, and everything I've used, and now I know that it works. But basically, you're going to sit, you're going to ground, you're going to clear out your mind, and then you're going to sit in what you want. So it's like a spiraling in. This image here is perfect. You're grounding, you're spiraling in with your intention, and you're letting go of distraction, and then you're focusing back in on what you want, and then you're letting go of any distraction. It can be that way, to where you're learning how to meditate within just the intention to meditate. It's really the only way to do it. And so sometimes at first you're just having to break through all of the obstacles to meditation. But if you keep focusing on what you want, that will help guide it. And call in your spiritual support team to help you. You can have a whole team of guides, guardian angels who hold at bay the distractions. Because oftentimes when you sit to be in the light, the little dark boogers want to come in and distract you, because if they can keep us away from the light, then they win, they score some points or whatever. But I just I always like to say, oh, whatever, thank you for sharing, and then remind myself that I can ask my team to keep them away. So there are just so many, many steps to the process, but you're literally working with what you want, sitting in the experience, and then working on the obstacles that come in. And the obstacles are going to be the false beliefs. So if you have any false beliefs around having what you want, like it'll be too much of a burden, or you're pessimistic about whether or not you can have it, there's so many spiritual laws involved that you're going to work your way through it as you go. And you're going to continue grounding yourself into who you truly are and letting go of those false beliefs. So you get in touch with the false belief and you question it from many different angles and ask, is this really true? Obviously it's not. And then you turn it around, find a statement of truth, and let that be your new mantra. So this process, of course, could be much, much longer. But if you guys need help, if anyone needs help with manifesting, I do personal sessions and I can help you work through anything that's an obstacle, or do my best. And then, you can go deeper and get to the place where you're actually experiencing what you really want. I love helping people with that. So, but for this, I think I'm going to close it up because it's getting to be a long video. And there, like I said, there are so many videos that I've already done on this topic. So I'm just going to let you go to those. Okay, thank you. Take good care. Bye.